Hey, good morning, my friends, and welcome to the morning briefing on this cold, dreary, drizzly morning here in Southern California. It's not as bad as it is in Central and Northern California where they're having that atmospheric river. So there's some flooding and some really, really treacherous weather up there. But it is a dreary day. We're hoping that those yellowtail at the Coronado Islands keep biting here today. There's a great tournament in Baja, California. There's also been some bass taken along the coast. And this wind, we do have a little bit of wind here this morning, is not supposed to be too bad. It's supposed to mellow out here in the next few hours. And of course, I'll be at Bass Pro Shops today, and I would love to see you there. Danny Cadota will be joining us from the Danny Cadota Show on Friedman Adventures. So that's another great one for you. Eddie Leland will be there. Joe Russo will be there, and you want to see Joe because he's going to talk to you about how you can catch more bluefin tuna with greater ease. All right, good morning, everybody. You know what time it is. And man, I need this morning. It's cold down here. Good morning. It's time for this cup of coffee and the morning briefing. Oh, is that good? Can't wait to see you in a few more hours out there at Bass Pro Shops. We'll be set up easily by 12 noon, and then from 1 to 2:30, we're going to do several podcasts that you can be part of in the studio audience. That should be a lot of fun. I mentioned up front, and I'm trying to abbreviate this morning's morning briefing because I don't want to get dumped on, but not that much. But down in Ensenada, they're going to have some great tournaments coming up there. You can see it. You'll be able to participate, and there's some big money in these bluefin tuna tournaments in Ensenada, Baja, California. Down there yesterday, we had some very good rock fishing for the guys from Blackfin Sport Fishing. They go down the coast to Santo Tomas, and they love to fish that rockfish. So that is something you can definitely take advantage of. Speaking of bluefin tuna, the Pegasus on March the 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day. Of course, the luck of the Irish will be with you. Pegasus out of Fisherman's Landing going offshore on a day-and-a-half trip. That's going to be super exciting. We'll be watching that one for you very, very closely. Also, as we take a look down into the long-range scene, the Red Rooster 3 with a nice 330-pound YFT. That's a big yellowfin. They've had pretty brisk fishing on the wahoo and also some yellowfin tuna, not wide open on the yellowfin tuna, but decent enough fishing down there. So hopefully that is going to continue. All right, let's get you out to the Coronado Islands where the San Diego yesterday had 17 yellowtail, not wide open. In fact, they only got a couple of shots at these cooler water yellowtail. I mentioned that because the water is cool, and as it warms up, their metabolism, the yellowtail that is, will speed up and they'll start to bite even better. But not bad. 17 fish. Christopher Mills. Chris, thanks for sending those great photos, and congratulations on a couple of nice forkies for Chris. He caught those fish on the Ahi Diamond Jig, glow in the dark, a 6-ounce, and a lot of those fish are being taken on the yo-yo iron. That's exactly how you want to fish these things. Yo-yo iron is the way to go. Sink it deep, then wind on it fast. You don't have to come up more than about halfway, kick it into freeze full, drop it back down again. And I wouldn't fish anything less than 40. I prefer 50. That's the way to get it done. Nice shot for Chris, and way to go. And I appreciate you sharing some of that great information with us all. So you can either get them on the dropper loop. You can fish, man, I can see my camera's getting all wet here. You can fish them on the dropper loop with a sardine. About a 6 to 8 ounce torpedo is going to work well. But I love the yo-yo iron. You're not changing bait. You're not dealing with bait. You're just dropping the jig and winding on it fast. As always, you set the hook by winding on the jig, not by rearing back on the rod. All right, so that's our major bite. Along the coast here, we still have sand and calico bass biting. That's not bad at all. You can still take advantage of that. Not wide open. Wintertime fish live in structure, and you're going to want to fish them with some 40-pound if you can get away with it. If they don't bite it, drop down to 25. Fluorocarbon, www.opsonusa.com is definitely the way you want to go. Rick Fuentes was bouncing around as usual and fishing some of the harbors and bays and coming up with some nice with some spotted bay bass. Rick, nice going there. Francisco Lopez, who lives down in beautiful Tijuana, Baja, California, with some nice surf perch. Again, on the beach, cooler water perch are biting, but we're going to see more corvina, and we're going to see more spot fin and yellowfin croaker and more halibut. Last night of a grunion run is going on right now. The next windy day, if it's the forecast is correct, will be Wednesday. We're not out of the weather quite yet. While Monday might drizzle like this, Tuesday and Wednesday look like rainy days, with the wind manifesting itself on Wednesday, not only in this part of Southern California, Seal Beach area, and up there near Marina del Rey, and further up north it's going to get worse, but even down there at the Coronado Islands, looks like we're going to have some wind on Wednesday. That's a kind of a long-range forecast, so make sure you come back to the morning briefing, and we'll keep you up to date on all of that. Don't forget, the Pride is out right now. Sean Roberts bouncing around. He was talking about on a day and a half trip, fishing a couple of islands. Can't wait to hear from Sean. And later today, just a few more hours, Bass Pro Shops, Rancho Cucamonga. Make sure you drop by and say hello, as I would love to thank you for all your support. Patreon members, you're the heart and soul of Friedman Adventures. Identify yourself. If I'm doing the podcast, you can go over there to Greg Bates or one of the folks at the Friedman Adventures table. Identify yourself as a Patreon member, because I want to give you a big hug. Don't forget, for as little as $5 a month, you can be a Patreon member and help us produce even more content. All right, before it really starts raining, I'm out of here. Can't wait to see you a little bit later here this morning. Thanks again for all your great support. Bass Pro Shops, the podcast 1 until 2:30 this afternoon, but we'll be there from at least 12 noon. Let's say 11 a.m. 11 a.m. I'll be there wandering around aimlessly. Make sure you say hello. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. I'm out of here before this rain gets going anymore. One more swig of this spiritual coffee. Good morning, my friends.
Savings at Bass Pro Shops in Rancho Cucamonga for our biggest fishing sale of the year. The Spring Fishing Classic is March 9th through the 29th. There will be free seminars happening all event long. Friedman Adventures will be recording a podcast on March 11th from 1 to 2:30 with local pro staff being interviewed. Kids Weekend is March 18th and 19th with a catch and release pond and free photo download. Check the store page at BassPro.com for all the details. Catch big savings all over the store, like up to 55% off select Bass Pro Shops lures. And save $50 on a Bass Pro Shops Extreme XML Baitcast combo. Trade in your old rod and reel and save up to $100 on a new one. All trade-ins will be donated to local nonprofit organizations to help get more kids outside. Your adventure starts at the Spring Fishing Classic at Bass Pro Shops in Rancho Cucamonga. Don't forget to check out the MDC camper next to our Tracker Off-Road department for the ultimate outdoor adventure.